So my kids, they big now, and they're teaching me a lot about my mama and everybody else's mama. So now my son is big and strong enough to open the refrigerator, which means now I have to make like these little snacks for him. That way he don't make no mess. And I don't mind. I grew up. I know some people got different practices with their kitchen, but the way I grew up is you're hungry, you go to the fridge, and you want a snack, you go to the fridge. No, no problem. Okay, cool. But here's the issue. Sometimes if I don't have no snacks ready, he'll just ransack the fridge. Him and his sister, they'll just go in there and just start pulling stuff. Okay. So now I gotta teach them how to not do stuff like that. And I'm also teaching them how to clean up after themselves. So if you mess up something, you clean up. Now they 1 and 3, but they got some sense. Well, anyway, now that this is a new thing that we're doing, I find myself being paranoid because every time they go around a corner and I don't know where they're going, all I can think of is they in the refrigerator making a mess. Now I know that's not fair, and I know I shouldn't accuse them because all they doing is being babies, right? But now I understand why mothers, we're proud of our kids. They're doing a thing. They're becoming more self-sufficient, more self-reliant. But then at the same time, when things get out of hand, we know we're gonna have to clean that up. Like we know we're gonna have to get involved. And it would have been so much better if you would have just came to me and told me you wanted some oranges instead of taking all the oranges out the bag and making a mess all over the kitchen floor trying to figure out how to peel one orange. And another thing, kids, they have a conscience. So, as young as 1 and 2, they know they not supposed to be, taking stuff out the fridge, throwing it all over the place. They know they not supposed to be. But I understand that because when you want an orange and you can't figure out how to peel it, you panic. And so I get it. But now it's getting to a point where I used to be so mad when I would be in earshot of my mama and she'll hear something. And it wouldn't even be me. Sometimes it'd be one of my siblings doing something. And she called me. She always called me. Now, no disrespect if any of my siblings see this. But she knew I had the most sense out of the bunch. So now I find myself doing this, but only I do this with my son because he the oldest. And I'm gonna be real. He a boy. So automatically, when something don't sound right, Junior, like I just go Junior, like bam, like hey, you got your daddy's name, you next up, you supposed to be out here representing, and yeah, so I call him immediately, and most of the time he don't even be doing nothing, and most of the time, his sister, she be the one. But it don't matter because this is my point. These kids are figuring it out. And in the process of trying to figure things out, they make a mess. And I thought about 20 years from now, when they go off to college and they start their career, as a parent, my husband and I, we're always gonna be concerned about them. These are our only babies. And we're gonna always be worried about them, and we're gonna always want to fix the problem. We want to give our kids time to figure it out, but at the same time, it's like You probably should have called me before you made a mess.